Hi, Brandy. How are you today?
I'm good. How about you?
Good. How was your weekend?
It was really awesome. I actually went away. I went to the islands for about a week, and
Really?
yeah, so it was like a extended weekend. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to be back, but you know how it is.
Yeah.
It takes some time.
I don't ever think vacation's vacation. It's because when you come back, you have to take another vacation for the vacation
From
you
the
just had.
vacation.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Oh my gosh! How about you? Did you do anything fun?
School, I'm in this really aggressive MBA program, and I'm just overwhelmed.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
That's really awesome, though.
Yeah.
You should be proud of yourself.
I heard you were in an MBA program as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's not the EMBA, so it might not be as aggressive, but oh my gosh,
Yeah. Well, when does yours get finished?
May 2016. So I can't wait to walk across that stage.
Yeah, me neither. That's awesome. Then we should celebrate because I graduate next May too. We'll
Cheers.
have to have a celebration for that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it seemed like you were a little stressed out, and I'm glad that we scheduled this time to talk. What's going on? What's happening?
Well, I'm a director at the organization that I work for, and there's a guy. He's also in management. He's a director of his team. He says a lot of like little kind of side remarks in front of my subordinates, and I don't know. I don't really know how to handle it. I mean, I just started this position about 6 months ago, so it's just kind of one of those things where I don't know. I just don't want to. I'm still new to the company. I don't want to be labeled as a troublemaker, but at the same time, I don't want to be looked down upon because not speaking back up. But then again, I don't know. I haven't really thought of anything. So, I was hoping, we can schedule a coaching session, and maybe you can open up my mind to maybe some thoughts that I haven't been, something that I haven't thought about.
Okay. So you're having trouble with a colleague of yours, and he's making snide comments to people on your team. What is your goal then out of this coaching session? It sounded like you wanted to do something. Can you tell me a little bit more about what we can accomplish today?
Well, definitely talking about what the issue is. More of like I need to figure out a way to address the situation, but not in the same manner that he addresses me. Because like I said, it's in public settings. I'm always embarrassed, I just don't want people to not respect me because of him, and he's been there way long. I mean, he pretty much was a pioneer of the company, so he's highly respected, and he's very knowledgeable. He's very smart, and I learned a lot from him. But I feel like I pay him in humiliation, if that makes any sense.
Sure.
So I don't really know what I was thinking to accomplish today, but I just kind of wanted to sit down with you, my coach, and just see what how things can be kind of led.
Okay. Well, you definitely want to talk to him and want to approach him, but you don't want to come off where you're on the bad list.
Well, that, and then just I also have a lot of insecurities myself. Being a female, being African American, I just feel like I got a lot of things that are kind of up against me. And then the company is very male heavy, white male. Like I'm definitely, I stick out like a sore thumb, and I don't want to be linked to she's being emotional or she's being sister girl or whatever the case may be. I just want him to understand and respect me.
Right.
But it's like respect has to be earned. And I'm like, I don't really know how to handle it.
Sure. Okay. I understand. So let's see if we can find a way for you to communicate well with him.
Okay.
And gain the respect that you want without, making him feel that you're putting him in a corner.
Okay.
That kind of sum up what you were going for?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
And then it also, the put in a corner thing makes a lot of sense because he's the only child. So between me and you, I kind of feel like he suffers from only child syndrome.
Mm.
So that's like a whole nother thing. And I'm like, oh gosh.
Understand. I get it. So if we could clear this all up, what would be the ideal outcome when you go back to work?
The ideal what I would want to happen is I would want, when we have meetings,
Mm-hmm.
he keeps his little snarky remarks to himself and just keep everything professional.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my opinion is if he keeps everything professional, then, there'll be no need for conflict, because it won't, the snarkiness won't, it'll just be, whatever the meeting is supposed to be about, the subject matter, how I can give my expertise, and how we can move on to the next subject without the stuff.
Got it.
The attitude.
It doesn't sound that he's being the kind of leader that you would like to see and you want to make changes.
I do. I absolutely do. And, I actually, I had another coach, because I have a whole bunch of coaches. But I had another coach, and she's a coach that kind of turned into a mentor.
Okay.
And during the mentoring part, she kind of guided me and mentored me into, if you have a manager like that,
mm-hmm.
you train him how to manage you, but like not in a training kind of way, but in like different activities or actions that you can kind of take, which would kind of not force him, but kind of guide him to treating me with respect, but not in a forceful way, because I don't know if I go to him and I say, well, you treat me, because now I'm accusing him, he might not take it right, and then I don't want to do the mirror effect, because once again, we're dealing with gender differences and everything else being different, and he might not take it as it being a mirror effect. He might take it as me just being a mean person.
Right. Well, I'm glad your coach gave you that advice. It's something that we practice, is trying to coach other people to be the person that you want them to be without putting them in the corner.
Oh my God.
For that only child.
That's awesome.
Okay, so that brings me down to getting the clear picture of what things are right now. Mm-hmm. And it would be helpful to just find out a little bit more about what you've actually done. You've got some great advice from other coaches. Mm-hmm. So tell me what you've tried so far and the results.
You know what? I haven't really tried a lot because being a new kid on the block, you're more or less trying to make sure that everything that's happening is actual. It's not like, something that you're perceiving in your mind, and, still getting to know personalities, because, I've been there 6 months. So, the first month or 2, maybe even the first half of the 3 was awesome, because, still new smell, new car smell. Uh-huh. Everybody's being nice on their best behavior, but now I feel like, gloves off, claws out. It's like, now, is this really who you are? Mm-hmm. Or is it because this is like the busy point of our season in advertising? Or, do you have problem with women? Or do you not like me? Or are you threatened because our positions are kind of parallel to one another? And I question some of the things that you do, not questioning you, but questioning, oh, well, I saw you did this. Why?
Right.
And not being snarky, but then I'm met with well, why do you want to know? Who's asking? And it's like, I was hired to do a job and make the company more efficient, with my insight which is why they snatched me away from where I was. Right. So, I am getting to a point where I'm becoming very quiet, but I don't want to, as a result, lose my job, because now I'm quiet with my good ideas, and now it might look like I'm not being productive. So I'm just that's kind of where I am with everything. Right. So I just, how do I keep my job, make him respect me, and have my team not look down on me because of him, and people respecting him because he's been there so long? How do I do that? how? I mean, it's like so hard.
That's why you're here. So let me just kind of do a quick recap then of that. Sounds like you went through the new car phase.
Mm-hmm.
You started coming out onto your own and learning the company, so you weren't the new kid on the block anymore. And you're starting to question the process of what's happening and why it's done that way, because you have your own experiences and you're bringing that to the team. And now you're facing an adverse reaction to everything that you're saying because they're not used to, or he's not used to your ideas. So now you're seeing this putting you down or making bad comments in front of other people. Okay. And you haven't been able to try a lot because you're just now in the point where things are getting real.
Things are getting real. And it's like, it's one of those things where you don't know what upper management is really speaking about with other management.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because you're so new, so that is where I am with it. And I think you hit the nail right on the head. I'm just coming out of being a new kid and I don't want to fail at this.
No.
It's my livelihood. And, I really love what I do. It's just, he makes my job very difficult because it's just a constant competition, I feel like.
Right.
And it shouldn't be that way. We should be a team. And, even too, throwing things at me where he knows that, I think he just assumes that I don't know. But what he doesn't realize is I'm a part of an MBA program where, it's certain professors that make you, if you don't know it, you better figure it out.
Right.
And that's my mentality. So sometimes I think he tries to stump me. And I come back and I'm like, oh, here's the answer. Here's the end. And I just don't never hear anything back. So I'm like, obviously I'm doing something good because I would have, if it was the wrong answer, I would have heard, you're not doing it right. You need to get it together. Right. I'm not hearing that. I'm getting challenges, knocking those challenges out. But then it's in front of the team and in front of everybody else. He just tries to make me feel so bad.
Well, whether you believe it or not, it sounds that you have already made steps. You are standing up for what you know is right and how to do your job. And, sometimes silence is the answer on the other part because he knows that you're doing something right. So you're still holding your own. And I think that that's definitely a step in the right direction. Where we need to go from here, though, is on the other side of that. You're doing a good job. You're doing all these things. Is how do we have that conversation? And what steps do you need to take? What options do you have at your workplace to come into a safe environment and speak with him?
You know what? I would probably try my hand at seeing if I can invite him out, a place that's kind of neutral. Maybe a lunch or, something like that. And I don't know, just kind of, because it could be all in my mind. I don't know. But, I don't feel like it is, but I don't know. Let me give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe, ask him sometime if I can put myself on his schedule in a couple weeks. And maybe we can, kind of sit down and, and I don't know, maybe I say something to the effect of, hey, it's been great working with you, whatever. I don't know. And, thanks for giving me a shot to work, in this company. I know that this is pretty much your baby because you pretty much was here from day one. Maybe I say something to the effect of, I don't know if you kind of realize it, but my feelings get kind of hurt when we're, when we're in group settings, and I just feel like I'm not able to kind of express myself, or if I do, it's met with like rejection instantly before, you hear my plan out, and just want to know if maybe you can, I don't know, give me a little bit more, of the floor. Because I'm here to help. And just kind of reiterate the reason why I thought I was hired for the position.
Right.
Or ask him, what does my position look like to him? How would I benefit him from my seat? Because I'm not here to hurt him.
Right.
And also, too, I don't know if he's never really had anybody in a position that's parallel to his.
Mm.
So I don't know if that's the sense of a threat or if that's the sense of, I don't know. I have no idea what. Maybe the conversation looks something like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe, I don't know.
So maybe he's just he's feeling challenged.
Right.
And it's in the inappropriate, he's not understanding where you're coming from. So you're just having a disconnect, maybe.
I could potentially see that.
Okay.
I could potentially see it being a disconnect. I never thought about it like that. And then maybe just, I don't know, just kind of ask him.
Yeah.
Ask him if, hey, do you feel a bit of, I don't want to say tension, because do you think tension sounds I kind of feel like tension kind of sounds negative. I don't want to say anything with like a negative spin on it. Like, I just want to kind of keep it all positive, because what if I am, what if I am in my mind and I'm not like, this isn't really reality. Maybe I'm just being crazy because I'm left this nice cushy company that I've been at for like so many years, and I'm kind of fearful going into the unknown. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you're starting out. I mean, you've given yourself options to go forward, and it sounds like you're becoming more relaxed as we talk about, maybe there's different perspectives. So what I've heard so far is that there's, I think, 2 options that you've come up with so far. Mm-hmm. One being maybe an out-of-office setting, so one-on-one outside of the office. And the other would be almost like a 360 type feedback. Tell me what I'm doing. Tell me about what you're doing. How are we partnering? Having that conversation. What else could you do? Let's see if we could come up with one other definite. And I think you were going in that direction. So, what else would be an option for you?
Find another job. I'm just teasing. But no. Maybe. Because this is the thing. Because we're both in management, I don't want to get another manager involved. So that would have been, if I was a subordinate under either of us, then that probably would have been the route. But I don't want to be a tattletale, because that will not get me respect. But that was an option that I was thinking about, but it's one that I don't want to. If it keeps up, then I probably will. But seriously. I just joked about finding another job, but honestly, if it's something that I feel like I can't bear with, maybe that would be an option. I mean, I'm having so much fun at this company, but at the same time, I more or less took the position because it was for more experience.
Right.
And I know that, or I felt like if I had stayed at the company that I was with, I wouldn't have been marketable.
Right.
So I had to jump out there on faith and just whatever. So, maybe, I mean, I'm 6 months into this. So maybe I'll wait another 6 months, do the 1 and 2 option 1 and 2.
Okay.
So you with me? So I'll do option 1 and 2.
Okay, 1 and 2.
And then I put it on ice. And then I go back 6 months later, reevaluate how I'm feeling. Because at the end of the day, I checked out what he felt like, whatever. Now I'm going to check about how I feel about it.
Right.
And then if I don't like it, a year is good enough for me to put on my resume.
Sure.
I'll just go to another job. And by then I'll be done with my MBA. And I mean, hey, everybody's already, ROI on this thing is insane.
Right.
So I learned while I was learning.
Right.
While I was learning.
Right.
So I mean, it's just one of those things though that it's just weighing heavy on my mind, and I just wanted to, get different perspective on it. And I mean, you're very bright, and I knew you were part of that MBA program with another program, but I know that I've seen your career progression since you've been in, so I felt like you would be a good resource to come through about some coaching and see what how you could kind of lead me, because I know it's all about my decisions and what I want to do, but I love having different perspectives on how I should maybe take and approach things. And I mean,
girl, you came up with all of this on your own.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did. All of these decisions and options, You went through the details of everything. You came up with a 2-pronged plan. Yes, you did. You're gonna take him out, get a good feel.
I'm not gonna take him out. I want to take him out.
No, don't do that yet. That's option 3, way down the road. So you've got 2 plans of action, and you're still pretty early in this stage because you didn't have a lot to base off of. Things are starting to roll because you're not the new kid. So I challenge you to do this. And if there's any roadblocks, let's see what they are now and take them out or find a way around them and move forward.
Roadblock. Now, I don't know if the roadblock that I do maybe see.
Okay.
I don't know if I can take that one out though. The roadblock would be it's very top management heavy men.
Okay.
I'm in the meetings with all of these, oh, the blonde, oh no, the hot brunette, and it's just like, I can't really participate in that conversation.
Right.
And because it's a startup, it's one guy is the HR guy, and he's a guy.
Of course.
And he's their friend.
Right.
I mean, not to judge, but I mean, the man he's tattoo. And like I said, so that means that he kind of,
right.
So that would be the only roadblock that I see. It's just the gender, and maybe part of the reason that, it might be a culture where, women just don't, talk back. I don't know. But once again, I think I can wrap that into the plan that I currently have.
Right.
And reevaluate it as time goes on and see if, once again, is it all in my head that they don't respect women? Or in 6 months, 6 months, year.
Right.
From point A to point B, did I see a respect in women?
Okay.
Once again, am I caught up in my feelings? And to
or
his
is this
point,
real?
Female problems.
Right.
Or do you really just hate women?
And you need to find somewhere else to work.
Well, right. And that's why I was saying maybe that could segue into, I could just incorporate that into the plan that I came up with on my own. I don't need you.
Oh, come on. Okay, so on this plan that I've kind of wrapped up for you, you can, the roadblock that you have is HR professionals and being around men. So you told me that to move that would be to take them out of the office or do a one-on-one.
Yeah,
You've already told me that.
Yeah, because then you're still, HR is not involved in this situation. Right.
So getting that out of the way. Now to finalize this plan and make sure we can confirm it on paper that you're going to take action.
It's coming to heart.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how sure are you that you're going to proceed with step 1, taking this guy off campus?
12, because at the end of the day, I got bills to pay. Mm-hmm. I need to set myself up because these bills are going to become due from the Amber program. So I got to make sure I have money in my wallet or in my purse.
Okay.
So to pay. I always think about it. If it's a decision between me or you, I'm going to pick me and my safety. So I have no qualms about taking him out and, seeing if either what I'm thinking is right or, maybe I'm not right. But I think that's a good starting point.
Okay. So can we make a commitment over maybe the next week, 2 weeks to do that? What can you commit to?
I'm going to go and speak with him tomorrow.
Okay.
And see if he has some time on his calendar, either the rest of this week or next week.
Great. I love that commitment. Mm-hmm. And the second option, which may be incorporated into this, is then meeting with him maybe in a more professional environment on campus to just pursue this issue. Mm-hmm. If you're going to do this in the next 1 to 2 weeks, can we commit maybe by the end of the month then to do the sit down?
Yeah,
is that doable?
That's fine because we're at the beginning of the month now. So yeah, let's do that. I'll be in town at the end of September.
Okay.
So,
well, great. As you were talking, I did write down a full plan, just wrote down some highlights of what was going on, just to keep you committed to this action, with your options and the obstacles that's going on, the reality of the situation, and how to move forward.
Okay.
So hopefully this has been a good session.
It was very helpful. Very, very helpful. Yeah. I appreciate you for taking time out of your
Well, you did it.
business schedule. Well,
You did it all by yourself. You really didn't need me. It is good, though, to sit down with somebody else and talk about it. So
yeah, it made me feel good. It really did. I appreciate all of your time, and I know that it took you a minute to kind of put up with my
oh,
and
no.
actually take time to listen to
Right.
me, listen to understand. Seeking first to understand. Thank you.
Okay. Well, you have a wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you in a week or two. Okay.
All right.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks.